Happy Saturday, y'all. So I just finished watching Family Empire on the OWN network. Amazing. It's about the Braden family. They own their own real estate company and brokerage, and my child's playing Fortnite. I apologize for the screaming. But it was amazing. I'm obsessed. So if you have not checked it out, go check it out. But I got a package from Beauty Bio, and one of my favorite influencers, Emily Gemma, had a code. And if you've followed me for a while, you know that I used to use a bunch of their products and then I ran out, and I was like, well, I don't want to pay full price for stuff, so I wait for people to have codes before I buy more things that I like. But she was talking about some stuff that I had not actually used before, and I really wanted to try it. So I found a little kit that I was able to get that had some of the stuff in it. So I'm super excited. And anything that comes with a little makeup bag is always even better, right? So in this, it's got, I love this little makeup bag. I'm obsessed. But this I've used before, the Balance pH, the cleansing cream. Love that. And this is the Pout. It's a volumizing lip serum in sparkling rosé, which this is one of the things she was using, and I want to try this. I also have had this before, the Zen Bubble Oil-Free Calming Gel Cream. I had it in a bigger container before. Love that. And then this I've been wanting to use. You know that I love bronzing drops. I have this one. I have Summer Fridays. I have all the things. But this one, Beauty Bio came out with their own bronzing drops, and so I wanted to be able to try that too. So, and it also came, this little kit also came with some eye patches. And it was a better deal and more affordable to do it in this little kit than it was to buy everything individually. So that made it even better. And then I got 30% off with her code that she was able to offer. So I'm excited to try those, but I'm gonna get ready for my morning brunch date with my husband, and I'm gonna start with the hair. So let me get that put up. One day we'll be together on a dance floor. One day we'll be together. All this time I've been dreaming on a feeling. One day we'll be together on a dance floor. Dreaming on a feeling. One day we'll be together. I still remember. I still remember the feeling. I wanna dance till I can't no more. All of this time I've been dreaming on the dance floor. I still remember. Sorry, I had to go break up an epic Bonita children fight, so that's all the kids do around here. They fight. I've been going back and like watching old favorites over again lately. So I just finished White Collar. Love that show. For the second time. And then I'm now back on Suits again because I heard they were coming out with a new season. So I'm trying to get caught up, and then eventually I'll probably go back because I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy, I think, when I became a healthcare professional, because I started to notice all the things that were so inaccurate, and it drove me insane. And it's funny too, because one of the nurses that is on there is an actual OR nurse, and she's been on the show for the entire run as a consultant essentially, but also acting in it. And so I don't understand why so much is still so inaccurate when you have a healthcare professional consulting. I want to start watching that again. Got me a Baylor cup in Waco at Starbucks. It's the Starbucks Baylor cup. Now I need a UT one because, you know, I got all my degrees from UT, but my dream in life was to go to Baylor Law School. Grew up Baptist. One of the people in my parents' Sunday school class, one of the girls I grew up with, her father was on the Board of Regents. So it was just kind of ingrained in you to go to Baylor. Oddly enough, that girl, her name's Rebecca, and her husband's name is James. I haven't talked to her since we all went our separate ways after we graduated high school and all of that. But her husband has a show. It's on Disney Plus, and it's called The Artful Dodger. I haven't watched it yet. I will watch it. But her husband is actually the one that created it. I think he produced it, directed it, did all the things. So, weird how a Baylor cup in a dream turns into that story. So anyway, kind of cool, but my mom and I have always joked because we have always been like so close to fame yet so far. Because my family is actually, if you're familiar with Austin and all of the Barton things there, Barton Creek, Barton Springs, Barton, everything under the sun, that's actually my family. My great grandmother, or my great grandmother, anyway, her name was Jessie Barton, and she was all part of that family. And somehow we're not part of that. Don't know how. But it's fine, right? And then also my grandfather, I've told you all this story before too, but he was approached by somebody to start a fried chicken business, and my grandmother was like, nobody wants fried chicken. And then it ended up being, I think it was Popeyes. I thought for a long time it was KFC, but I think it's Popeyes. So, that's our other story. My family tends to make great business decisions. Hopefully I can be part of that change. I'm gonna break that cycle for our family. Great. I think this is kind of on its last legs. I might have another one, but I can't remember. Oh. My husband's in the kitchen. He's gonna make the kids breakfast. This is getting so low, but I've had this, I think, for 2 years now. So I think it's $25. I need to buy another one. I get it on Prime, Amazon Prime. But I use it every day. So a little bit goes a long way, and I have seen a great improvement in my skin and the texture and everything else. So I love this. Still don't know how they get the mucin out of the snails, but when they leave the trail on the ground, when they're slithering, or I don't even know what it's called, but when they're traipsing around, should I be going and sucking it all up? I don't know. I think that I cut my hair a little bit too short, so I'm waiting for it to grow out a little bit longer, and then I think it'll be back at like my perfect length. But I go in a couple weeks to get it recolored, catch the roots, and also I need to make sure that we platinum this because there's a lot of areas that kind of turned yellow, and I've tried to tone and it's just not working, and I don't like that brassy yellow look. I want the, like this here, the super platinum, really pretty, crisp blonde. So I really need to get that fixed. I bought yesterday another one of these at HEB. I love this. So before I shave, and also the day before I tan, I use this all over my body. So I use this first. It's rough. It has an exfoliator in it. So I use this. I like this better than getting the salt scrubs, because sometimes I feel like it gets really messy, and I also feel like I'm wasting the product because I'll rub it on and then chunks are like falling off. And so this I think is like $6, and I've had the other one for, I say 3 or 4 months. So it lasts a long time, but I use it to scrub everywhere. So again, before I shave, and then also I use it to scrub off any excess tan or dead skin, anything like that, before I re-tan. So that way it's a more even coverage with my tan, because I do use self tanner. So, put on that sunscreen for these 101 days here in Houston. Well, I wear sunscreen every day, but so I want to know, do you have any rituals or like standing dates or plans with your spouse or your significant other? Like, do y'all have something that y'all do weekly or regularly? Maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, something like that. You know, we used to go out as a family to eat, and again, I have 3 boys and a girl, and 2 of the boys now are at the point where they want to order off the adult menu. And so going out to dinner and buying food ends up costing, just food without alcohol or anything else, ends up costing well over $100. And so when you add alcohol and drinks like soda, stuff like that, it ends up being, and then tip, it's usually over $200. So we've kind of gotten to where we'll go out as a family maybe once a month. And then my husband and I have a standing date for brunch, one weekend day, either Saturday or Sunday, every weekend. And just so we can go out, reconnect, hang out without the kids and everything else. So we do that. But I didn't know if other people did that or not. And it has literally taken 15 years for us to be able to do that. Y'all, I put that pink on and I forgot my primer, which is no bueno. But just curious if y'all have something. You know, I remember my husband, I realized, I think it was 2 years ago, I had friends who were talking about how, you know, they go out with their spouse, you know, twice a month or whatever. And they were asking when the last time me and my husband had been out on a date. And I was like, I think it's been like 5 or 6 years. Because all we did was work and take care of kids. So, and it's not easy to find good or affordable childcare for 4 kids. So we figured it was just something that we had to wait until our kids were old enough. But you know, now we have, our oldest is almost 16, so he can babysit. And yes, he does sometimes get paid for it, just depends. We're kind of strict about it. If we come home and find him in his bed on, you know, video games or whatever on his phone, then he has to forfeit his earnings, because that shows us that he was not really managing anything. But he's a responsible kid, but he works right now, and I mean, he's off for the summer, but he has ADHD. Yes, he takes medication for it. No, I don't want anybody's opinion on it. Negative opinion, let me put it that way. Because it was something he dealt with his entire life, and we tried to keep him off meds, and finally his grades were severely suffering. And he went to the doctor and basically was like, please help me, because he literally could not focus. I mean, I think he was even sitting in the doctor's office and the doctor was trying to talk to him, and he's just looking at her and like, uh-huh. And she's like, hello. He's like, oh, sorry, I'm thinking about like some video game. Like, oh, I just figured out how I can do this. Yeah, okay. I mean, he was still tested for ADHD and definitely has it, but you know, when you're on medication like that for things like that suppress your natural energy and help you focus, like it can be exhausting with you trying to like fight that feeling all day of wanting to do other stuff. And, you know, because it kind of calms you and refocuses you. And well, that sounds great for people like me because that's how I normally function. For people who have ADHD, that can be very exhausting and difficult because they're used to expending all of this energy all of the time, and their energy is kind of being suppressed. So at the end of the day, they have this burst of energy when the medication starts wearing off. Because we have it down, it's like timed perfect. So we know when he needs to take it and when it's going to wear off. And the doctor told us that we would figure that out. And so he'll get like this burst of energy after it wears off, and then he just crashes and wants to go to sleep or just chill. So we're still trying to figure out that balance. Because I get it, but I also want him to learn how to work through that because he does want to go to medical school. He still wants to be a plastic surgeon. I ask him all the time. I'm like, I just want to be sure you're not doing this because you think that this is what I want you to do. He's like, no, I want to help people. And he, oddly enough, is not somebody that cares about money. He wants to save it. He wants to, like, he doesn't want to use money. He doesn't want, so money is not a driver for him, honestly. So that's been a little bit difficult when we've been like, hey, if you do your chores, we'll give you some money. He's like, I'll take it or leave it. He doesn't really care. But he's the kind that gets the high and the satisfaction from knowing that he's done something for others. Let me put it that way, because it's not for me or his siblings or anything like that. But when it comes to other people who don't know him, he gets that satisfaction from doing good for other people. It's hard to explain, but I think it's admirable. I understand how that is too, because that's kind of how I am with my purpose. Like, I have said 25 times already, if I won the lottery and became a billionaire today, I would continue to get up Monday through Friday and go to work, because that is where I get my sense of purpose. That's where I feel like I belong. I told my husband yesterday too, I had gotten a job offer thing had come across, or like a, offer to apply, not an offer, but for something that I met all the criteria for. I'm sure that I would have done a good job at it, whatever the case is. And the money was double what I'm making right now. And he was like, but I said I couldn't, I kept thinking I had it saved. I was going back and forth. And I was like, you know what though? I truly believe I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like, what I'm going through right now at work is very difficult. It's mentally trying, it's emotionally trying, but you know what? God has me here for a reason, and I need to see it through. Because I still come home every day exhausted. But remembering that I do have a purpose, and that what I'm doing is potentially setting up my team members, my community, the physicians in our area to be successful and have what's needed to take care of our community. And doing that and taking care of these people every day is just what drives me. So yes, I like money too. I'm not like Christian. But I told him, like, for the first time in my life, I had that moment where I said, you know what? If I'm making more money, but I don't feel purpose in my job and what I'm doing, and it's not contributing to my personal mission, then the money's for nothing. Because I don't want to be making a ton of money, but hating what I'm doing every day and asking myself like what my purpose is to be here. So I know my purpose right now. And once I lose that sense of purpose, that's when I know it will be time, or when I've successfully completed what it is I feel like I was supposed to do, I will then move on, but that time has not come yet. So I know, because I've felt it in other positions in the past. The way I got the position that I'm in right now was such a fluke type of thing. And I told the story on my podcast, and it was 100% a God thing, because it was not even on my radar until my executive leadership team came to me and was like, we would really like for you to consider applying for this position. And I was not the only person that applied. There were multiple people who applied. But it's not every day that you find somebody who has experience in a specialty like that I'm working in now, and has the experience in all three areas, and has the experience in the exact same center. So you understand the criticality of what you're doing and how you need to serve the community, because the community we serve is very different than if you were to go to another part of town and do the same work that we're doing. So again, that's another reason I believe that was, Kat Golden says it, what's meant for me will not miss me. And that's definitely a prime example of that type of situation, where what is meant for me will not miss me. So I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I will stay here because, like I said, until my purpose has been completed, but it has not been completed yet. So but I will tell you what, managing people is not easy at all. It is so difficult. I'm having to really dig deep and learn a lot of skills, because I do not like confrontation at all. I don't like hurting people's feelings. I've already told y'all I don't like emotion at all, but I do not like when somebody is upset with me, disappointed in me, feels like I've done something to hurt them, or it's not my jam. And there's been a lot of that lately, where I've had to realize that it's not about the feelings, it's about the business. And people have a lot of emotion. So it's been a little bit of a struggle, because we all have a lot of different personalities where I work, and they're all valuable. Every single one of them has a valuable perspective, has valuable experience, but sometimes their judgment gets clouded by whatever their perceptions are, or whatever their end game is, and so we've just had some struggles lately. All right, I don't use this often, but I'm using the Dibs blush today. Kind of want like a little sun-kissed look, I guess. You know what, I'm gonna use this one. I still remember. So it gives like a really nice little glow. But I'm also gonna go on top with this Too Faced Cloud Crush. And this one is in the color Golden Hour. This is that blurring blush, and it's got just a little bit more pinky in it. And so I'm just gonna put it right here, like on the apples of my cheeks. Just again, to give that little sun-kissed little look. Because we are in summer. And obviously you can't look like this during the winter, so. I also love the sun blush. I saw somebody else that's a makeup artist. I saw her using it the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. I use it every day. So let's put a little bit of this here. I've seen a lot of people stop using highlighter, but I mean, I've told y'all before, I like the shimmer. I need the shimmer. I want to let my sparkle shine through. I know it's corny, right? Well, that sounded super Texan. That's corny, right? I don't know why sometimes my accent comes out, but there we go. All right, let's get these eyes done. Spray it down and put on my cute little outfit I have for today. I try to wear something different every Saturday just because a lot of the stuff I have I can't wear to work. And I don't do a lot after work unless it's something related to cattle barons, the American Cancer Society, or like Texas Nurses Association, because I have meetings and stuff with all of these people. But if it's not really related to that, then I don't have a need to wear a lot of the stuff that I have. So I try on Saturdays or whenever we go on our brunch date to wear a cute different little outfit. I got something, I think this one's from Amazon, and it's strapless, so I'll get to wear, which is perfect because I think I need to wash my bras, but I want to wear the dibs on my collarbone here and on my shoulders, so this will be a perfect reason. I'm hoping today to come home and try to clean out my closet because it is a disaster, and I need to rearrange my office because it's cluttered in there, and I'm trying to, you know, do content and create and do all this stuff, and I need a clean space or my brain cannot function. And I have all these videos I need to upload and get prepped for y'all so I can have them ready to release and continue my streak of every Friday having new content released. But I don't want to do it in a messy, cluttered space. And with the kids, I mean, I cannot believe that the summer is literally half over. Our kids got out in the middle of May, so they've already been off for a little while. And they start again in August. So I think they start in 6 weeks. That is quick. So I can't believe that summer is already half over. I was trying to do a sister date weekend with my sister, and we just couldn't find time where we were both separated. So I'm going in August, shortly before we go on our trip, and I'll go spend a weekend with her. We just love to be able to spend that time together and like reconnect and hang out. And we've started trying to pick like someplace nice to eat, and we go do a resort pass, something where we can go and hang out in the pool or the hot tub or whatever, and just hang out and connect and live our best life. So we are gonna do that in August. I need to clean out all my brushes too, because I have so many brushes in here and a lot of them I don't even use and they're in the way. So I need to put them in my backup stuff. I need to just clean everything. I don't get rid of brushes or things like that unless they're destroyed and missing bristles and the bristles are coming out on my face all the time. You know when it's time to get rid of a brush because it gets super messy. I'm trying to put a little bit more on here because I've noticed lately in certain lighting. So we're looking at getting another mirror in here that has a backlight because the lighting in here is just awful anyway. But I've noticed that when I go into some other lighting, if it doesn't have this bright white light that I have in here and my mirrors and things like that, I tend to look kind of washed out in my eyes. And so it looks like I've got all this makeup on here, but not really anything on my eyes. And so I'm trying to kind of make it a little bit heavier so that when I go out into some of that light, it doesn't look so off. I also need to see if the kids' school has put up their school supply list, because Target and HEB have all these school supplies out right now for like 10 cents, 15 cents. And now that I'm gonna have to buy school supplies for all 4 kids, because Colton starts school this year, I wanna save as much money as I can. So I usually have the kids bring home their unused stuff at the end of the year. So I'll try to go through some of that and see what we still have and then what we need. But I wanna be able to get it when it's on super sale, because you know, as it gets closer to school, they have sales. But instead of getting a notebook for 25 cents, you might get it for $1.15. So, and when you're buying, if every kid needs 5 for school and I have 4 kids, I'm buying 20, you know, so it adds up. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up very quickly. For the 3 kids, we usually spend about $250 for school supplies with everything, backpacks. They have to have headphones all the time now. They've got to have, you know, and it's a lot of money. So any place that I can save the money, I want to do that.
Remember the feeling. I wanna dance till I can't no more. All of this time I've been dreaming on the dance floor. I still remember the feeling. I wanna dance till I can't no more. All of this time I've been dreaming on the dance floor. Tell me you still remember. One day we'll be together. It's you and me forever. Dreaming on the dance floor.
The cut is healing finally. My razor just took a huge chunk when I was shaving in the shower the other day. Took a huge chunk out of my arm. And then I noticed it did it down my leg too. It's like, awesome. Put this on here. Get my lips done. You know, I had some of my team members at work asking me yesterday about my lip combo that I use. They were like, we cannot focus on what you're saying. What's coming out of your mouth because your lip combo, like, what are you using? I said, this is the same stuff I use every day. But I told them what it was, and then I said, if you watched my YouTube, you would know. I'm always trying to plug my YouTube, aren't I? But people regularly ask me about my makeup routine, my skincare routine, what colors I'm wearing. So I do direct them back to my YouTube, because obviously most of my videos are about my makeup and skincare. I used to do some organization videos and things like that, which I might add. I don't know, is that something y'all would be interested in? But I feel like there's so many of those out on the tubers. And for me, I'm like one of those weirdos. I love watching people who are talking and putting on makeup at the same time. I don't know why, it's like ASMR for me. No clue, but I love it. It makes me happy. So for anybody interested, I have the Anastasia pencil in Deep Taupe that I use as my liner. Then I use my Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW. And then I top it off with the Buxom. This is the Full On Plumping Lip Cream. And this one's White Russian. Let me finish getting ready and I will come back and show y'all what the final result looks like. All right, so this is my outfit. It's like a little one piece. So you can also just take it and put it where you want it and then use the thing. Like you can just take it and rub it like this and then do that, but I saw Kat do it the other way, so I wanted to do it like Kat. But, all right, let's take all this out.